Hello all, myself Vedangi and I am a legal intern at Lexis & Company. So guys, my another topic for today's discussion is the case analysis of Lalman Shukla versus Gauri Dutt. So let's begin. So this case is considered as a landmark judgment for the validity of the contract under the Indian Contract Act 1872. And this case was filed in the Allahabad High Court in the year 1913 and was presided over by Justice Banerjee at the Allahabad High Court. So let's discuss the facts of this case. So defendant in January 1913 sent out all his servants to different places in order to find his nephew who had been absconded from his house. Plaintiff was one among the servants who had been sent out to the search for his master's nephew. He was sent to Haridwar from Kanpur, where he was finally able to track down the lost child, and for his accomplishment he was given rupees 20 along with 2 sovereigns on his return to Kanpur. So while the searching was taking place and the plaintiff was in search of the child, the defendant issued a handbill offering a reward of rupees 501 to the person who would successfully trace down the child, and the plaintiff had no idea of this reward. Later on, after 6 months of the incident taking place, the plaintiff brought a suit against his master claiming the prize money, stating that it was promised by his master that whoever would find his child would be entitled to this reward, and he alleged his master of not providing the reward for the specific performance of his promise. Now there were certain issues that were raised in this case, that were whether the current situation amounts to contract, whether the claim of rupees 499 be provided or not, and whether the decision by the lower court was appropriate or not. Now there were certain contentions that were laid down by the petitioner and the respondent both. So the petitioner contended that the mere performance of the act was sufficient to be deserving of the reward attached to such performance, and according to them it was immaterial whether the person performing the act had the knowledge of the reward associated with it or not. They refer to the Section 8 of the Indian Contract Act, which states that the performance of a condition of a proposal is an acceptance of the proposal, and in the current case the condition was that whoever found the missing child would be rewarded with the promised amount, and thus considering the provision he claimed to have fulfilled the condition. Hence the plaintiff is entitled to claim the reward. Whereas the respondent contended that in order to convert an offer into a contract, there must be acceptance of that contract, and assent is the basic essential to constitute a contract. So at the time he was tracing the boy, he was not aware of that offer, and therefore he had not accepted the offer, which clearly doesn't convert the offer into a valid contract between both the parties. So it was argued that at the time he was tracing the boy, he was acting as a servant and thus fulfilling his responsibility which came with it, and thus when he was sent to Haridwar from Kanpur. Now what was held in this case? So it was held by the Honorable Court that the basic necessities, the knowledge and the assent of a proposal in order to convert that proposal into an enforceable agreement, and in the present case none of the criteria was being fulfilled, as the plaintiff was not aware and there was no assent about that particular act. So it was also laid down by the judge that at the time the plaintiff was just fulfilling his obligations while he was tracing the boy, and therefore the appeal was dismissed, and it was decided by the court that plaintiff was not entitled to claim the reward for finding the missing child. So what we can conclude from this entire case is that this is a very important case of general offer, and thus it has helped to lay down the important principles of a general offer. And in the case of a general offer, a contract is made with a person who has perfect knowledge of the offer and comes forward and acts according to the conditions of the offer. An offer of reward made by way of advertisement for finding the lost articles is the most appropriate example of general offer as seen as in this case, and only the person who completes the task which has a reward attached to it can accept the offer, whereas in this present case the offerer lacked acceptance and communication both. Hence, he will not be entitled to the reward in return. So guys, that's all about my discussion on this particular case. I hope you all liked my video. If you guys have any doubt with regard to this video, then you can comment in the comment section. Also, don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel LexClick. We will meet in the next video. Till then, bye.